to Standard 5 class presentation.
Hey, exams over. It's vacation time. Time to go to Grandma's place.
Would you like to hear some stories of Tenali?
Grandma, who's Tenali?
Tenali Rama was a poet, scholar, thinker and the court advisor to King Krishnadev Rai in the Vijayanagar Empire, who ruled from 1509 to 1529. Tenali Rama was a Telugu poet who hailed from what is now the Andhra Pradesh region, well known for the folk tales which focuses on his wit, humor and extraordinary intelligence. All the stories of Tenali Rama tells us about his relationship with the king, his wisdom and his problem-solving capabilities. Come, let's listen to some amazing stories of Tenali Rama. Once Tenali went to Delhi Darbar.
Once there was a king named Krishnadev. He ruled the city of Vijayanagar. When Krishnadev Rai used to rule in Vijayanagar, Babur ruled in Delhi. Babur wanted to meet Tenali Raman as he had heard a great deal about Tenali's quick wit.
I want to meet Tenali Raman. Please send a message across to King Krishnadev.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, our King Babur wishes to meet witty Tenali Raman.
So be it. He will visit soon.
Tenali Raman visited Delhi and he was greeted by king and his courtiers. He settled in guest house. Meanwhile, Babur spoke with his courtiers in court. He had a plan.
No one will laugh at Tenali Raman's jokes tomorrow. I want to see how he makes us laugh then.
Yes. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Greetings, Tenali Raman.
Next morning, he visits the Majesty in palace. Tenali Raman cracked witty jokes, but none of the courtiers laughed, as instructed by Babur. For some time, it happened daily. One day, Tenali Raman didn't go to the court. Tenali Raman thought of a plan.
Nay, I will not go to the court. Let me follow the king and see him where he goes.
Tenali Rama followed King Babur and saw Babur and his minister would walk by the Yamuna every morning.
There you go. Make good use of them.
Next day, Tenali Rama disguised himself as an old man and went near the riverside with a mango sapling. Seeing the king approach, Tenali began planting the sapling. Babur came near the riverside and saw him.
Old man, why are you planting a mango tree?
I want my grandchildren to eat the fruits of this plant.
But you won't be alive by the time this plant grows up.
No problem. I enjoyed the fruits my forefathers planted. Now my grandchildren will too.
Oh, that's a noble thought.
The king was happy.
Here,
He gave a bag
take
of
this
gold
bag of
coins to
gold
Tenali
coins.
Raman.
Thank you, Your Majesty. You have given me the fruit of planting this sapling before it has grown.
Well done again. Take this second bag of gold coins.
A tree gives fruit once a year, but I am getting the fruit of my labor twice, Your Majesty.
Bravo! This third bag of gold coins is also yours.
Your Majesty, at this rate, you will give all your wealth to him. Let's go.
Your Majesty, please look at me.
Tenali Raman, you are truly a great wit. Come back to the court for more rewards.
Ali Raman went back to Babur's court and
Who is the wittiest jester in the land? Denali. Hits you with his wit, things get out of hand. Denali. He can build you up or cut you down. Denali. He's a poet, he's a clown. Denali. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Denali. Ba-dum-bum. Denali. Ba-dum-bum. Denali. Dum-bum. Who is the wittiest jester in the land? Denali. Hits you with his wit, things get out of hand. Denali. He can build you up or cut you down. Denali. He's a poet, he's a clown. Denali. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Denali. Ba-dum-bum. Denali. Ba-dum-bum. Denali.
finally he returned home.
You have brought glory to the kingdom, Tenali.
Your Majesty, then I deserve a reward from you too.
Ha 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 ha. Yes, indeed. Here are your 10,000 gold coins.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
It's okay if you're not able to prove your wit at once. It doesn't mean you cannot prove it again.
Indeed, he was intelligent. He knew several languages, including Telugu, Tamil, Malayalam, and Marathi. Krishnadev Rai used to challenge Tenali with the most difficult problems, but Tenali Rama used to come up with the most brilliant answers. And that is how he made himself indispensable from the court.
Let's have some sweets. Here are some rasgullas. Do you want to hear a story of Rasgulla and Tenali? Let's hear it.
A guest from Iraq comes with his family and enters with a courtier.
Marhaba, Majesty. I am from Iraq. This is my family. I am Ahmed. This is my daughter, Aisa. And this is my brother, Ali. Namaste. Hello and welcome to Vijayanagar. I am King Krishnadeva. Happy to find out that our fame has spread to the Middle East. Allah Sani, arrange a dance and retain them.
King. I'm extremely excited to view the beautiful gardens and the historical forts.
Pingali, take our guest to the fort and garden.
As you please, dear King.
Hello again. Hope you enjoyed our fort, garden and dance. Now you can taste our delectable food. दस्तरखान लगाया जाए.
And this is the final dish, the rasgulla. This is my king's favorite dish. We have taken special precaution to make this dish.
We don't want to eat this rasgulla.
We want to eat its roots.
Yes, we want to eat the roots of Rasagulla.
The Bawarchi gets confused and asks the king, who also has no idea about it.
The king calls the minister in the darbar and asks the same question.
Oh King, there is nothing like that.
But we should provide everything a guest asks for. It is the question of our reputation. Tenali, you also have no idea about it?
No, Your Majesty, I know the roots of Rasgulla. Ask Mr. Ahmed and his family to visit the darbar tomorrow.
It will be the happiest moment in my life to see Tenali punished.
Yes, he will come late and will get punished.
And like this, others gossip.
So, you have the roots of Rasagulla?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Tenali asked his servant to bring a bowl which was covered with muslin cloth.
First, let me taste it.
Mr. Ahmed is our guest. He and his family should taste it first.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yes, that is exactly what we asked for.
Thank you, Tenali. Your wise thinking and intelligence has saved our reputation.
How, Tenali? How have you found the roots of Rasagulla? I've never even heard or seen of such a thing. Our guest wanted the source of Rasgulla and said it as root. We all know that every sweet has sugar in it and sugar comes from sugarcane, so our guest must have wanted sugarcane.
Yes, you are right. Tenali, you saved us and our reputation today.
So, the moral of the story is we should provide everything our guest asks for and your hospitality will be appreciated.
Thank you. This is a presentation by Class 5B.
Maharaj calls for Chatur Tenali Rama to catch the root of Rasgulla because he knows that Tenali Rama has the answer to every question. You should never be afraid of the new challenges in your life. Instead of being afraid of them, see them as an opportunity to create a mark.
Let's hear some more interesting stories of Tenali Rama.
Namaskaram. Long ago, there was a kingdom Vijayanagar. King Krishnadeva Rai ruled this kingdom. He was a great king. He wanted his people to be happy. He took great care to make every decision of his perfect.
He wise ministers and soldiers in his court. But Tenali Raman was one of the most popular minister of his court. He was a man with great wit, a great poet, and a wise advisor to the king. But all the courtiers were jealous of him.
When I was a small child, I heard of a place. It was said to be the most beautiful place and the most peaceful place. When I asked to people what is that place, people told me that place was heaven. Now can anyone tell me where is heaven? Tenali Rama, don't you know where is that place?
I know where the heaven is located, but to show it to you, I need 10,000 gold coins and 2 months of time.
Stop it! Tenali never speaks without thinking. I will give you 2 months time and 10,000 gold coins. But if you fail to show me that place, I will give you severe punishment. Do you agree?
As you wish, Your Majesty.
2 months passed by. The king was very angry with Tenali as he did not come to the court.
What is this? Where is Tenali?
Here I am, Your Majesty.
Have you found the place which I have asked you to find? When are you going to show it to me?
I have found it, Your Majesty. Tomorrow I will show it to you. Be prepared to see the heaven.
The next morning, the king, Tenali Raman, and a small royal group left for the palace. He led them to a beautiful forest.
Your Majesty, we shall rest here for some time.
That seems a good idea. I like this place. Soldiers, arrange for our stay here. Minister, I am loving my stay here. It is a very beautiful and peaceful place to stay. Only because of Tenali, I got a chance to be here. But why wasn't I informed of this place ever before?
Your Majesty, I assume that you would have already seen this place before. But, Your Majesty, Tenali promised to show you the heaven. Is it not so? What happened? Where is he?
You are right. Where is Tenali Raman? I haven't seen him since yesterday.
I don't think he's going to turn up, Your Majesty. You have already given him a bag full of gold.
No loose talks. Go look for him.
Look there, Your Majesty. Here comes Tenali Rama.
Your Majesty, first have these mangoes, then I will tell you where I have been.
Yum! These mango taste heavenly. Where did you get these mangoes from? But Tenali, weren't you supposed to show me heaven?
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed day, dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Indeed, Tenali, this is truly heaven, just so beautiful. But tell me, what did you do with the gold coins I gave you?
Your Majesty, if this place alone is like heaven, don't you want the Vijayanagar Empire to be like heaven too? So I bought some seeds and saplings to be planted all over our kingdom so that people in our empire experience heaven in our very own country.
You have done a very good job, Tenali. If it was not for you, I would have never understood that heaven is in our own hands.
Hello everyone. Hope you all understood that nature is our heaven. It's in the still silence of nature where one will find true bliss. So plant more trees, make it green and beautiful, and be happy in this heaven.
Wow, that was captivating. He always knew how to light up the mood and make the courtroom extremely pleasant. If we inculcate this habit in ourselves, it will not only make us more likable, but will also improve our temperament along with others.
Let's hear some more interesting stories of Tenali Rama.
Krishnadeva Raya was an emperor of the Vijayanagar Empire. He was the third ruler of the Tuluva dynasty. The great king Krishnadeva Raya had lots of vice ministers in his court, and the wisest of them was Tenali Raman. He was an Indian poet, scholar, thinker, and a special advisor in the court of Krishnadeva Raya.
Attention everyone! His Majesty the great King of Krishnadeva Raya Kingdom is arriving in the court.
I have always heard the pen is mightier than the sword. Significance that the words are notably effective.
Presenting before you the orchestra of Vijayanagar Kingdom.
One day, a merchant came to the court from Sitamgarh. He saluted the king and he said,
The courtiers of Krishnadeva Raya Kingdom, the merchant of Sitamgarh is arriving in the court.
Your Majesty, I have heard from many people that you have very wise ministers in your court. But with your permission, I would like to test the wisdom of your ministers.
This takes the king's interest and gave the merchant his permission. The merchant gave the king 3 dolls that looked identical. He said,
Though these dolls look similar, they are different in some way. If your ministers could find out the difference, I will bow to their wisdom. But if not, I will assume that there are no wise ministers in your court. I will be back in 3 days for the answer.
The king asked all his ministers to assemble except for Tenali Raman. He gave them the 3 dolls and asked them to find the difference in the dolls in 3 days' time. But in 3 days, none of the ministers could find the difference. The king got worried and then he called Tenali Raman.
The wittiest of all, scholar and an advisor to our great king, Tenali Raman is arriving in the court.
Tenali, I didn't summon you before because I thought this problem was too simple. But since no one was able to solve it, it is up to you now. Please find the difference between these 3 dolls.
So, Tenali took the 3 dolls and went away. At first, he could not find the difference. But after a lot of effort, he finally found the difference between the 3 dolls.
He went back to the court on the day when merchant had to return. Then he announced in front of the whole court that he had found the difference between the 3 dolls. Then he said,
The 3 dolls are different because one of them is good, one is average and one is bad.
Then everyone asked Tenali that which doll was rich. he showed him a tiny little hole that was present in the ears of each of the doll. And he took a very thin wire and put it into the first doll's ear. The wire came out of the doll's mouth. Then he did the same with the second doll. This time the wire came out of the doll's other ear. And in the third doll, the wire went straight into heart and did not come out. Tenali Rama explained,
In the first doll, the wire went to the ear and came out through the mouth. So it represents the bad people who can't keep a secret. In the second doll, the wire came out from the other ear. So it's average, as it represents the harmless people who would not understand what they said to them. But there can be other explanation too. In the worst doll represent the people who spread knowledge among each other, so it's good. In the second doll, represent the people who is average because they do not know what they are talking. And in the third doll, represent the people who are bad because they have knowledge but they keep it themselves. They do not teach anyone anything, so it's bad. But there can be other explanation too. In the worst doll represent the people who spread knowledge among each other, so it's good. In the second doll, represent the people who is average because they do not know what they are talking. And in the third doll, represent the people who are bad because they have knowledge but they keep it themselves. They do not teach anyone anything, so it's bad. Are there any other explanation? So, can you think the third explanation to answer the thing?
Hey listen to me. You have got the freedom to choose what to use your opportunities and don't be a fool because you have got the right to stay in school. When you get an education, you'll be taking a stand because knowledge is power. Grab it while you can. Knowledge is power. I know what I know. The more you learn, the farther you'll go. A better life is all up to you because you can make the choice to stay in school. Knowledge is power. I know what I know. The more you learn, the farther you'll go.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways.
tidy. Tenali Rama was always very quick at his feet and managed to solve all tricky questions and situations. Leaders who spread knowledge, grow themselves, and help others grow. I've become a big fan of Tenali's wit.
Apart from being funny and witty, his art showcased his immeasurable talent. Now let's see what's next.
We are in the kingdom of Vijayanagar. The king of Vijayanagar is Raja Krishnadev Rai. One day in the kingdom of Vijayanagar, the usual activities were halted as a beautiful lady entered the royal court.
Namaskar.
Yes, lady. What's the matter?
Oh, great king, I have a group of talented weavers who know the secret of weaving this beautiful, most delicate and finest celestial fabric, which cannot be seen by the naked eye. With your blessings and financial support, these weavers can work wonders and exhibit before the honorable king.
Okay, lady, I believe. Go and get the work done and conduct a thorough research in 1 year.
Over the span of the year, the beautiful lady and the workers lived in the royal guest house and enjoyed the royal treatment extended by the king.
La 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 la. Wow. Amazing. Such a beautiful place. There is no doubt. Life in the palace is so much fun. This is one of the places I dreamt about, and today one of my dreams is fulfilled.
I swear, I have never seen such a magnificent life before. God bless the king.
No work and lot of fun make us all happy. Yoo-hoo!
Life is great fun.
Even after 1 year, there was no news of the research and neither was any fabric exhibited by the weavers. On the king's orders, the ministers went to the guest house to inspect on the lady and the weavers.
Namaskar.
I think I forgot my glasses. I can't see anything.
My lady, what are these weavers doing?
Where is the beautiful sari? Why can't I see it?
The minister stood confused. The weavers seemed to be working on invisible threads.
There wasn't a small bit of thread in the room or the promised celestial fabric. They looked at the lady.
Please touch the cloth and feel the exquisite design and craftsmanship of our talented weavers.
Is it a magical cloth? We can't see it. Is there something wrong with her eyes?
The cloth can be only seen by the pure-hearted, but no malice in their hearts.
The ministers felt guilty and nodded that indeed the fabric was beautiful. They went back with their heads bowed low, reported to the king that the work was going on very well and the cloth was beautiful. Listening to the praises of the celestial cloth, the king was very eager to see it. He asked for the fabric to be brought.
These weavers are the finest in the world. They have woven this exquisite cloth with divine material. Is the cloth not beautiful, Your Majesty?
We all can't see anything, and you are asking us, is it not beautiful?
We can see the beautiful cloth.
Oh, that's strange. None of us can see the sari.
Your Majesty, it seems like we have been cheated. Dear lady, I'm afraid we cannot see the cloth.
The cloth can be only seen by the pure-hearted, but no malice in their hearts.
Dear lady, the king wishes you to please be good enough to drape the sari around this beautiful idol so that we can see the fine craftsmanship of the cloth. We all are eager to see the cloth and how it would look on a beautiful idol like this one.
Sorry, Your Majesty. Sorry, Your Majesty. I'm really sorry.
Okay, you are forgiven, but do not commit the mistake again.
Truthfulness is brighter than the light of the sun. Truthfulness is brighter than the light of the sun. With truthfulness, O people, beautify your tongue. With truthfulness, O people, beautify your tongues. Honesty adorns the soul of everyone. Honesty adorns the soul of everyone. Honesty is brighter than the light of the sun.
No matter how beautiful a lie is, it does not take you far. Thank you.
Children, now tell me, what is the most valuable thing for you?
My books.
My mom.
My studies.
My tablet.
My friends. Okay, that's good. Let's see what is the most valuable thing according to the Nali.
The most valuable thing.
Victory, victory, victory.
victory, glorious victory. King Krishna Deva Raya, magnificent victory. Vijayanagara, tremendous victory.
Once, King Krishna Deva Raya had conquered Orissa state and returned victoriously to Vijayanagar. The whole kingdom was lit up and people gathered to welcome their king. The royal court gathered to celebrate the victory.
My dear ministers, I am extremely happy on this day. This victory is a very special victory. Hence, we need to celebrate this. What shall we do?
Your Majesty, in remembrance of this, we shall have a victory pillar in the kingdom's capital. It must have some of the best carvings on it.
The king said it seemed to be a very good idea. Immediately he ordered the royal sculptor to start working on the victory pillar.
As per the king's orders, the work began for the victory pillar. The sculptor worked day and night to make the pillar a beautiful one. Some days later, on an auspicious day, the king inaugurated the victory pillar in the kingdom.
Dear people and my ministers, I have erected this pillar as a symbol of our victory.
This pillar should be respected by everyone and this place should be kept clean always.
As you say, Your Majesty.
Good. Our sculptor Sundar Varman has created the most delicate carving on its pillar. I am going to present him with any gifts he wishes for. Sculptor, ask what do you want?
Majesty, you have given me this wonderful opportunity. I am pleased with. Whatever you have given already, this is enough. I do not ask for anything else.
Don't say such words. You should definitely take something, at least for king's sake.
As the king insisted, the sculptor held the empty bag in front of the king.
King, take this bag and fill it up with the most valuable things in the world.
Most valuable thing, diamonds or gemstones. I will give you anything that you wish for, because nothing matches your brilliance at work.
Majesty, all the things you have mentioned has a certain value in this world at large. What I asked for is something more valuable than all of this. If you could find it and present it to me, I will definitely accept it.
The king looked confused. No one else could guess what he was asking for.
Yes, Your Majesty, I think Tenali is the right person to answer this question. But since he is on leave today, you can come to the court tomorrow and the king will present you with the most valuable thing that you had asked for.
Yes, Your Majesty.
The next day, a servant rushed to Tenali Rama's house and told him about the situation the king was facing and asked him to come to the court. While the king, the sculptor and the ministers were waiting, Tenali Rama entered the royal court.
Tenali, this great sculptor has asked us to give the most valuable thing in the world. You should tell us what it is.
I got all of that happened, Your Majesty. Don't worry. Here, sculptor hands me that bag.
The sculptor handed over the bag. He tied up the mouth of the empty bag and handed it over to the sculptor.
Sculptor, in this bag is the most valuable thing in the world you asked for. Please accept it.
Thanks a lot. I leave, Your Majesty.
The king wondered why the sultan had thanked Tenali and left the court without speaking a word after receiving an empty bag.
Tenali Rama, how did this sculptor who refused to take precious gems and diamonds take an empty bag from you?
That's not an empty bag. It's filled with the pure and invaluable air of Vijayanagar, ruled by the most victorious king, King Krishnadevaraya.
Oh Lord, there is no human being who can survive without air. That is why the sculptor accepted air as the most valuable thing.
Tenali, your intelligence is beyond comparison. Vijayanagar should be very lucky to have you, and your punishment is you're not supposed to take a leave for even a single day.
Your Majesty.
Tenali, no work is complete without you. In this royal court, what can I do?
Dear children, however difficult the situation may be, observe keenly and you will definitely find a solution for it.
Wow, that was a fabulous performance by 5 students. All stories about Tenali Rama are funny and interesting and will make you think twice. He is known for his relationship with the great king and his world-famous problem-solving skills. Tenali is someone from whom we can take a lot of inspiration because of his ways of dealing with the hindrances were way ahead of his time. With every move, Tenali grew as a person. He had an amazing sense of humor and it worked brilliantly to his advantage. So children, do not constrain yourself to what you can and can't do. When the time comes, be ready to face the adversity with everything you've got.
We hope you all enjoyed the folk tales presented by Class 5. Thank you.